Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this month's hearing of the Tuscaloosa Historic Preservation Commission. My name is Kathy Pagani. I am the chair of the commission. Today's date is June 11th, 2025, and the time is 5:00 p.m. I would like to ask my fellow commission members to introduce themselves to you, beginning on my right, please.
Mary Harmon Young.
Wayne Yarbrough.
Matt McCool.
Sally Davis.
David Nelson.
And joining us from city staff this evening, we have Mr. Hudson Cheshire, the Associate City Attorney, Mr. Jonathan Bowen, Zoning Administrator, Ms. Leota Coyne, Planner, and joining us officially for the first time is Mr. Liam O'Leary, also a planner. Mr. Kevin Jones is assisting with audiovisual support for this evening. Before we move on to our applications, I'd like to go over the purpose of the Tuscaloosa Historic Preservation Commission and go over the procedure for this evening's hearing. The general purpose of the Historic Preservation Commission is that we serve to preserve and protect the buildings, sites, and structures of historic significance in Tuscaloosa's historic neighborhoods. We are governed by Chapter 20, Article 2 of the Code of Tuscaloosa, which includes design guidelines that are posted on the city's website. Our decisions are based on these design guidelines and do not consider use or occupancy. We do consider such factors as architectural style, appropriateness of materials, and how the structure relates to other structures in the immediate neighborhood in determining the appropriateness of the application. Any approval of an application requires 5 affirmative votes. If the certificate is approved, please be aware that there will be a final inspection by city staff of these approved applications to ensure compliance with what was approved this evening. Just going over our procedure quickly, this is a public hearing. It is televised live on local cable, streamlined online through Facebook, and is being recorded to be posted on the city's website. We ask proper decorum, civility, and respect for others at all times. Prior to this meeting, notice was sent to adjacent property owners, and the public has been notified of the applications to be presented tonight. This hearing is a chance for the applicant to present their case, for the public to make their views known about the project, and for the commission members to gather relevant facts about the application before making its decision. City staff will begin by introducing the application. The applicant will then have a chance to make any comments. The commissioners will then have an opportunity to ask the applicant questions about the case. I will then open the hearing to public comment. At the close of public comment, the commission will then discuss the matter and vote on the application. A notarized designation of agent form should have been provided to city staff for any representatives of an application who are not the property owner or immediate family member of the owner prior to tonight's hearing. Immediate family members, and we define that as a spouse, a parent, or a child, do not have to provide such written authorization when speaking on behalf of another immediate family member. We ask that you please leave the signs in your yard. City staff will be around in the next couple of days to pick them up. Now, commission members, you've had a chance to review tonight's agenda items. Do any of you have a conflict of interest as defined by Section 6 of the commission bylaws with any of these items? Seeing none, we shall move on. City staff, I would like to ask if proper notification has been provided for each of the agenda items.
Yes, it has.
Thank you. Let's move on to our first application, please.
Good evening, Commission. We are straight into our cases to be heard tonight, starting with HPC 3725, Specialty Group LLC, petitions for a certificate of appropriateness for the constructions of stairs and a landing. This is in the side yard on the property located at 1316 Riverside Drive in the Caplewood Historic District, Council District 4. Here's that property from above, as well as where it's situated in its historic district. Here's the subject property, the adjacent property to the west, to the east, and to the south. For the proposal, the petitioner has come before you before at the April 2025 meeting. They were approved for a lot of work, including replacing a door on the second story of the house. Currently, there's no access to this door, so they'd like to construct a new landing and stairs to access that door that is 72 inches above ground. The landing is approximately 7 feet by 4 feet with a 36-inch high railing, and the proposed material is pressure-treated pine. Here again is that subject property, and you can see that proposed landing is on the side of the house in the red box. And here's that door today. You can see there's just no access to that door. You can see those proposed stairs in the red box. This is from above, and what that'll look like in the drawing here. Material for this, again, is pressure-treated pine. Here are applicable design guidelines for porches and railings, as well as our standards for rehab and alteration, including design character, repairing original features, replacing old features, existing alterations, and materials. We did not receive any public comment. Do you have any questions for staff?
It appears we have none. Thank you very much. Let me invite the applicant or the applicant's representative to come up to the podium, please. And if you wouldn't mind, could you state your name and address for the record, please?
For my personal, Stephen Stroud, 5821 Edgefield Avenue, Tuscaloosa, Alabama 35406.
Well, thank you for coming tonight, Mr. Stroud.
Yes,
Is there anything else you want the commission members to know about your project?
just any way to get out of the door.
Right. It certainly seems appropriate. Do the commission members have any questions for Mr. Stroud? Well, thank you. That was easy. You may have a seat.
Thank you.
We've received no public comment submitted. Is there anyone here to speak in support of or opposition to this application? All right, hearing none, let me close the floor to public comment and open the floor to discussion by the commission members. We had commented before about, when we saw this application before, about the door that was just floating in space, and so now we have
Yes.
stairs and a railing.
Pretty straightforward.
Pretty straightforward. So that sounds to me like we have a standing motion to approve. HPC 3725, Specialty Group LLC, petitions for a certificate of appropriateness for the construction of stairs and a landing on the side of the property located at 1316 Riverside Drive in the Caplewood Historic District, Council District 4. We will vote. Ms. Young?
Yes.
Dr. Yarbrough?
Yes.
I vote yes. Mr. McCool?
Yes.
Dr. Davis?
Yes.
And Dr. Nelson?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Stroud, your application has been approved this evening. Should anything change, please see city staff, and good luck with the project. There will be a final inspection. All right, thank you.
All right, Commission, next up is HPC 3825, Dana and Frank Farrar, petition for a certificate of appropriateness. This is for the replacement of a deck in the rear yard on the property located at 1706 3rd Street. This is the Pinehurst Historic District, Council District 4. Here's that property from above, as well as where it's situated in its historic district. Here's the subject property, the adjacent property to the south, to the east, and to the west. For the proposal, like I said, they'd like to remove and replace a rotted deck in the rear yard. The existing and proposed decks, they're both approximately 40 feet, 2 inches by 10 feet, 10 inches. The proposed deck will be reduced by 1 inch in order to meet the rear setback there. The existing and proposed material is wood with paint. Here again is that subject property, and here's that deck today. You see it did have some rot that had to be removed. Here's that existing deck. You can see really just lines up, losing 1 inch in that left corner. And just side by side, you can see essentially going in the same location here. Material again is wood and paint. Here are applicable design guidelines for decks. Continuing on with decks, we did receive 1 public comment in support. Do you have any questions for staff?
We have none, thank you. Let me invite the applicant to step forward, please. And would you mind stating your name and address for the record, please?
Joseph Frank Farrar, and I am one of the homeowners at 1706 3rd Street.
Well, thank you, Mr. Farrar. Is there anything else you'd like the commission members to know about your project?
Not particularly. It's, I think, pretty straightforward what it is. We're hoping to replace the deck that deteriorated.
It does seem very straightforward. Any questions for Mr. Farrar?
I have one question.
Okay.
Will there be some sort of lattice work or screening below the level of the deck?
It was there before, and I guess, you know, we were planning to just redo what was there before, so if that seems appropriate, and I guess it was appropriate before, we don't plan to have any major changes.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Thank you, Mr. Farrar.
Thank you.
We've received one submitted public comment in support of the application. Is there anyone here to speak in support of or opposition to the application? I'll close the floor to public comment, open the floor to discussion by commission members. Another straightforward application replacing an existing deck that needs to be replaced. Any discussion, folks? We have a standing motion to approve HPC 3825 Dana and Frank Farrar petition for a certificate of appropriateness, the replacement of a deck in the rear yard of the property located at 1706 3rd Street in the Pinehurst Historic District, Council District 4. Voting on my left, Dr. Nelson.
Yes.
Dr. Davis.
Yes.
Mr. McCool.
Yes.
I vote yes. Dr. Yarbrough.
Yes.
And
Yes.
Ms. Young. Thank you. Mr. Farrar, your application has been approved this evening. Should anything change, please see city staff, and good luck. There'll be a final inspection, but we wish you the best with your project.
All right, Commission, and other business, since our previous meeting, we've had 21 expedited approvals submitted.
Sounds like you guys have been busy. Thank you. And then one other little piece of other business. The commission would really like to thank Mary Harmon Young and Sally Davis for their service on the commission. This is their last hearing, and they've served for quite a while. We're going to miss them very much. We've appreciated your insightful comments and just being great team members for the commission. So thank you so much. We join city staff in thanking you both. And with that, we adjourn.